Hello Treacles, it's Matty Boy Whitmore here of Fitter Food, and today I want to talk to you about something called NEAT, which is short for Non-Exercise Activity Thermogenesis. Sounds rather fancy-pantsy, doesn't it? It's not. It's just a fancy word or words even, to describe essentially what is your energy expended outside of eating, sleeping and sports-like activity, etc. So things like walking, household chores, doing some gardening, taking the stairs instead of the elevators or the escalators, etc, etc. So, you know, all things outside of eating, sleeping and training is your NEAT. And the reason I wanted to do a video about it is because, you know, let's be honest, a lot of people today are far too sedentary. They sit on their arse for far too long. You know, that classic example is you kind of get up in the morning, you sit down to have your coffee and your breakfast, then you either get in your car or on a train or on a bus and you sit down to go to work. You know, a lot of people who have office jobs, you know, then spend a good chunk of their day sitting down then, and then they do it all again on their way home, only to kind of have their dinner and go to bed. Now, that's not necessarily to say that these sedentary people across the day aren't exercising. You know, I've worked with a lot of people that are very active in the sense that they go to the gym 3 or 4 times a week, or they go for a run, but outside of that 45-60 minutes, you know, they don't actually do much else. You know, they are very, very sedentary. So first of all, you know, why does this matter? Well, generally, moving more across the day is only going to benefit you anyway from a health perspective. Let's forget fat loss for a second. You know, it makes sense that if you make a conscious effort to just move a little bit more, walk a little bit more, get outside on your lunch break, get a few more steps in, you know, help out around the house, you know, hoovering, cleaning and whatever. You know, all of this, you know, just gets the body moving, it gets the, you know, gets the blood pumping. It's going to be of great benefit to you. Now, from a fat loss perspective, if you have got a fat loss goal to where, you know, you ideally need to be expending more energy, well, not ideally, you need to be expending more energy than you're taking in, it makes perfect sense to increase the amount of movement you do across the day. Now, it doesn't need to be anything crazy. Don't all of a sudden start thinking I need to walk 10 miles a day outside of my gym sessions. You don't. But like I say, little things, you know, take the stairs instead of the elevator or the escalators. Maybe do that classic thing of getting off a stop earlier, you know, on the bus or the tube or the train, whatever it may be, you know, if that's viable, and getting some more steps in that way. Making a conscious effort on your lunch break to get outside and do a few laps around the block. Doesn't need to be crazy. A big thing Keris and I do actually when we go to the supermarket is we always do baskets. We don't do trolleys, so we both tend to have like a basket in each hand, and often by the end, you know, once you've loaded up, you're kind of doing some nice heavy farmer's walks, like stumbling your way to the checkout, which is always a good laugh. Keris is always, you know, quite freakishly strong and always manages to get more in her baskets than I do, but we won't go into that. But these are just very, very simple ways, guys, of just increasing your energy output across the day, you know, outside of the time spent in the gym or exercising. So now that you know what it is, now that I've given you a few tips, hopefully you can start incorporating this, because, you know, walking, doing some stuff in the garden, housework, you know, it's free, doesn't cost anything. So get involved, guys. Any questions about this or any nutrition, training, fat loss, health, lifestyle question you might have, comment below or send us a message and I'll do my best to help you on your journey. Have an awesome day, guys, and I will see you soon.